Hi, Adiash73 here with part 13 of the Crash Time walkthrough, a continuation of the case A Mere Chance. We're straight into mission 6. First thing I'd say is that in mission 6 you do get the opportunity to unlock the builder achievement. That's going to appear on a little screen on the right hand side, and if you want to see that in full you can click the little annotation below to get a full screen version of that. You can pick that up in the earlier missions on this case. There's plenty of opportunity to do it. It's just a case of driving through the two little huts, but I decided to get it at this juncture. Now it seems apt that it is actually walkthrough part 13 where my capture card and my PC decided to have a bit of a wobble, and for some reason it's captured the image okay but not the sound. So I do apologise for not having the background sound, the car audio noise and the background music that goes along. Just one of those things, I'm afraid. No way to rectify it. I was able to, keep the footage but not the sound. So on this mission itself, it's a straightforward checkpoint race. You should be familiar with this bit of road. Just be careful on the previous humpback bridge and also going through the tunnel. That section there where you're just crossing the railway lines, you may get caught out by a train. Hopefully you'll be progressing fast enough so that doesn't happen. Already over halfway through the mission. It is time constrained, but the time on it isn't too bad, so as long as you're relatively quick, as always, don't have too many accidents, you should be fine. So once again, apologies for not having any sound on this one. I do realise that it's just the tone of my voice that's keeping the interest here. Not that it's that interesting, but hopefully I'm giving you enough tips and pointers to help you through this mission. As I say, it's not the most difficult one, but the time constraint is pretty tight, as on a lot of these missions when you play through on the hard difficulty. So just coming up through this section here, as you brow here, just be careful. If you go too fast, you end up getting caught between that large vehicle, and you can lose a bit of time there. It gets a bit snarly. So coming up to the end here, just get yourself through the gate. As you can see, not a great deal of time left on the clock, but hopefully if you follow my route, you should be fine. And now into mission 7 of the case Mere Chance, case number 6. So you start off exactly where the previous mission finished, and this time you've got to get to the 12 red locations and stop in there. As with the previous mission that was of this type, where you have multiple locations to get to but no defined routes, it did take me a couple of attempts, a couple of retries to find the route that worked best for me. There are other routes available, but hopefully you're following this walkthrough, you're following what I'm showing you, and if you follow that same route you'll get to all the destinations within plenty of time. So although there's no background sound, the sound of the car noise, the footage is present. What I was able to do was rescue the footage and get that converted into an AV file using the software that comes with the capture card. But unfortunately, when it converts into an AV file and then you import that into Sony Vegas, which is what I use to stitch all the clips together and then do this voiceover and add the screen for extra solutions and bits and pieces like that, it doesn't import the sound as well. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I felt it was important to at least have the footage in here so that this walkthrough is complete. It's the first time I've tried to do a walkthrough for a large full retail game, and that's why there are so many parts. It's taken quite a bit of work, quite a bit of effort to make sure I capture it all correctly, put it all together, and then do a voiceover to accompany it. Sometimes on some of the walkthroughs I leave quite a bit of silence. This one I'm feeling the need to talk a little bit more because I haven't got that backup of the music playing in the background to keep you interested. Obviously I understand that hearing me talk and waffle on might not be the most interesting, but at least you can see what's going on with the screen and just hear me, filling in the silence, so to speak. So a mistake there, but it's not too much of a problem because I know the route I've got to take, I know what I've got to do, and I wanted to pick off that one on the outside. So here we are, closing in now on the finish. Just 2 more checkpoints to go, reasonable amount of time left. And there we are, there's the last one, and just able to get in there with plenty of time. Mission over. Here we are with mission 8 of Mere Chance. Again, apologise for no background audio on this one. As mentioned previously in this walkthrough, my capture card and PC didn't like the file. I was able to rescue the footage but not the sound. I apologise if you've already heard me say that, but this is really just for those people that have been using the quick jumps in the description to link into this particular mission rather than watch the whole thing. So this is a checkpoint race, 6 checkpoints to get through. Time constraint is pretty tight. You don't want to make any real major mistakes. You haven't got very much damage, so if you do make a major mistake, you're probably going to end up with a restart straight away. First time you get to drive in this red car, I guess it's a Ferrari rip-off really. Other than that, the route itself, not too difficult, not too demanding. Just really be aware of the traffic on the road. That's what's going to catch you out on this one. So a bit messy there. It's going a bit too fast for my own good. And approaching the end, checkpoint 5. Coming through to the final checkpoint. It's become visible in the map in the top left, sorry, top right. And there we are, the final one. And that's it, mission over. We're now into mission 9. This is the last mission covered in this part of the walkthrough, and you get an opportunity to drive the Formula 1 type car. So look ahead and watch that vehicle do the barrel roll. This mission took me quite a few retries, and every time that same vehicle did a barrel roll. I don't know why, but I always thought it was quite amusing. It does give you the opportunity to slip straight up into second place. These vehicles are a bit of a handful. They do have a tendency to want to drift and slide quite a bit, and you'll also find that if the AI competitioner gets alongside you, get a few problems with the wheels locking up, and you end up not really making as much progress as you'd like. But when you get on the straight and put your foot down, you really do get a good sense of speed. So again, that little section, just take it steady through there. It's possible to go a bit too fast through these sections and just cost yourself quite a bit of time. It is a 3-lap race, so it does take quite a while. So just, bide your time. There's no point going bananas and really flooring it and ending up making mistakes, which in the long term will cost you time. So just get familiar with the lap first off, and then you've got the opportunity then to sort of improve your lap time. So coming up to this section here, a little bit steadier. I'm a bit dirty there, I push him over. But it is quite easy to lose it through that sort of S-turn. And also coming up here when you've got to get off the autobahn, again heavy on the brakes because it's very easy to get it very messy in that section. So a nice straight bit, get up to quite a bit of speed, fastest you've gone so far in the game probably, and then you have to preferably brake rather than drive into the barriers as I do. And that's the first lap done. So now we're on to the next lap. You can always seem to regain a little bit of distance on them through this first little section. They will catch back up with you though on the autobahns. So as you can see there, he's up alongside me trying to lock wheels. They will do that. It is quite frustrating. If you've quick jumped to this mission rather than watching the entire walkthrough, I do apologise for the lack of background sound. I've already said that a couple of times in this portion of the walkthrough, or this part of the walkthrough. I had a problem with my PC and my capture card. It captured the footage okay, but when I came to open it in Sony Vegas, it wouldn't open it properly. And the only way to get around that was for me to create an AVI file, and then when you import that back into Vegas, it loses the sound. It captures the footage but loses the sound. So I do apologise for that. You know, most of the time I do like to capture, well, all the time I like to capture the footage and the background sound. It just adds a bit more interest to the video rather than having me talk on and waffle at you. So again, we're on the Autobahn section, two little areas to take care of. Coming up to the S-type section now. And then the section where you come off the Autobahn. This time I didn't get caught out. I was on the brakes, ready to take the corner a bit more tidy than the previous lap. Nice and clean through that section. And there we are, come to a grinding halt. Quick back button to reset the vehicle. It's generally quicker than trying to reverse and get going again. Almost make exactly the same mistake there, but managed to get away without. As I've said in previous parts of the walkthrough, if during the course of making the capture, if I complete the mission, even if it is a really poor piece of driving, it still made it through to the walkthrough. Obviously it doesn't highlight my driving skills, but you know, it's captured, it's caught, it was enough to get me through. I'm not that bothered about going back and replaying the mission just so I've got some footage of me driving perfectly. I don't always drive perfectly. I do make a lot of mistakes, as you've seen, and if you continue to watch the walkthrough you will see. You know, to me it's not too much of a problem. So a nice sort of drift around that corner. It's quite satisfying if you can take that corner at speed and get a four-wheel drift going on. Very satisfying, but I'm down in 4th place, so it's a bit worrying here. Go through that little section there, and again I'm on the side. It's all going a bit wrong. Getting quite worried that I'm going to have to retry because I'm back in last place now. I know this next corner, brake hard for coming off the Autobahn, is a bit dirty. Get through there. Still in 4th place, still got a lot to do, and this is the final stretch. But keep my foot in, you know, have confidence, have faith. Coming up to the final bend, get a nice big slide on, slide across the finish line. I hope you found this walkthrough useful, even though it didn't have sound. By all means, check out my channel for more video solutions, walkthroughs and vlogs. As always, thanks for watching and listening. Take care and goodbye.